Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope your day was great. It's Monday, so it is Man Crush Monday. We are going to do, and just to let you know, this hair, I was planning on doing something and then just decided not to do anything. So threw this on and here we go. This is what we're getting today. So today's Man Crush Monday. I've been thinking of doing this on this gentleman just because I've been seeing the promos all over the place for this trailer of this movie. And I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna go see it because it's probably really dumb. Now, the trailers have me real excited about it and I might see it. What trailer is it? It's the trailer for the new Barbie movie. Listen, I thought it looked dumb. I thought it would be a dumb thing, but I don't know. The trailer is getting me kind of excited for it a little bit. So today's Man Crush Monday is going to be on Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling, he was born, as you know, he's going to be Ken. He was born November 12th, 1980 in London, Ontario, up in Canada. He made his debut as a child actor. You might know this, or you might not, but back in 1993, when he was 12, he auditioned up in Montreal, I think, for the revamped new version of the Disney Channel's Mickey Mouse show, Mickey Mouse Club. He made it. He was signed to a 2-year contract, moved to Orlando. He wasn't used as often as some of his other co-stars, because they were extremely talented. And if you don't know, those other co-stars were Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera. And when I saw the poster, I saw those three, and then you saw Ryan Gosling, but then you saw another guy, another kid, and I don't know if that guy made it, like that kid made it big, but can you imagine being like that guy, that kid who's like, I was on the show, and well, who were you on with? Like Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, and me. It's like, oh, okay. So he moved to Orlando. He was on there for 2 years. After the show was canceled, he moved back to Canada. He appeared in some other family entertainment series on TV. I believe he moved to another country. He was in a show called Hercules for kids, maybe. Maybe I'm making that up. And then after that, he was like, nope, I'm done with all of these. I'm gonna move on to something more serious. So his first film credit was, I don't know if anybody has seen this. I didn't see it. I didn't even know about it until now. It was in 1997. It was a film called Frankenstein and Me. But then his big, I don't want to say his big screen debut, but his screen debut with, you know, a big star that everybody had seen was with Denzel Washington in Remember the Titans. His first lead role was in 2001's The Believer. It was a commercial failure, but he received a lot of accolades. He played a young Jewish neo-Nazi, and I had read it was really hard to get backing for this movie just because of the subject. So it wasn't released in theaters. It was only on Showtime. So not a lot of people had seen that. 2002, he co-starred with Sandra Bullock in Murder by Numbers. He actually also, side note, they dated for a year. That was his first relationship that he had in Hollywood. That same year, he was in The Slaughter Rule, which was only released in 3 theaters in the US. 2003, he was in the United States of Leland. And then 2004, this is what everybody knows him from. And that was when he started with Rachel McAdams in The Notebook, which was an adaptation of the novel by the same name by Nicholas Sparks. Entertainment Weekly had said that it has the all-time best movie kiss. Funny thing, during that whole shooting, they hated each other. They didn't get along at all. But then they dated. They dated for a few years. 2005, he played a disturbed art student in the psychological thriller Stay, and that was with Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor. 2006, he was in Half Nelson. That is where he got his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor. After that, the year after that, he was in Lars and the Real Girl, where he played an introvert who falls for a sex doll. He had gotten a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. In 2007, he was in the courtroom thriller Fracture. Now, he had turned this down originally, but he reconsidered when they told him Anthony Hopkins had signed on. That, I can understand that. So at the end of 2007, he had taken a break from the big screen. In 2010, he came back. He starred in Blue Valentine with Michelle Williams. He got another Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a drama. He also, that same year, he was in All Good Things with Kirsten Dunst. 2011, Crazy Stupid Love. He was in that with Steve Carell, and I love Steve Carell, and Emma Stone. This was actually the first time he was in a movie with Emma Stone. That same year, he had two other movies, and that was Drive, which was his first action film, and The Ides of March, which was directed by George Clooney, starred the late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman, and again, another Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. In 2012, he was in The Place Behind the Pines. This is a very important film for him because that's where he met his future soulmate, Eva Mendes, and they're still together. They have 2 kids, so very important film for him. 2013 came the second film of him starring in with Emma Stone, and that was Gangster Squad. In 2014, he made his directorial debut in for Lost River. 2015, he had the ensemble film The Big Short. That was nominated at the 2016 Oscars for Best Picture. 2016, he was in The Nice Guys. That was a black comedy starring Russell Crowe. He was also in my favorite movie that he had ever made. Listen, don't come for me. I didn't see The Notebook. I just didn't. I know everybody's like, "What? You didn't see it?" No, I did not see it. But my favorite movie that he was in was La La Land. I absolutely loved it. That was the third movie he did with Emma Stone. He won the Golden Globe finally for Best Actor in a musical or comedy, and the film itself was nominated for Best Actor. That was the year where it was announced that it had won for Best Picture, and it didn't. It was actually Midnight, is that what it was? So that was the big flub of that year. 2017, he was in 2 movies. He was in Song to Song with Christian Bale, Kate Blanchett, and then he was in a remake of the original Blade Runner. This one also starred Harrison Ford, and it was Blade Runner 2049. 2018, he was reunited with the director from La La Land, which was Damien Chazelle. And he played Neil Armstrong in the movie First Man. I believe The First Man may have been nominated for an Oscar. Maybe. Don't quote me. 2022, last year, he was on Netflix along with Chris Evans in the spy action thriller called Gray Man. And then this year, as I said, he's going to be playing Ken in Greta Gerwig's Barbie with Margot Robbie as Barbie and so many others. Who would have ever thought that you would see Michael Cera in the Barbie film? And also upcoming, he has The Fall Guy with Emily Blunt. So some of his charity work. he has done a lot. He's worked with PETA. He volunteered in Biloxi, Mississippi in 2005 as part of the cleanup effort following Hurricane Katrina. He is a supporter of Invisible Children, and they raise awareness of LRA in Central Africa. LRA stands for Lord's Resistance Army, and basically what Invisible Children does is their mission is to put an end to the LRA's practice of abducting kids, child abuse, and then forcing these kids to serve as soldiers. He also traveled to Darfur to visit refugee camps, and he has worked with the Enough Project, which was founded in 2007. It's a nonprofit in Washington, D.C., and their mission is to end genocide and crimes against humanity. So he has done quite a bit on the charity front. Some interesting news about Mr. Ryan Gosling, interesting facts. He actually hated being a kid when he was younger, obviously. He hated being a kid. He was bullied in elementary school, and he really didn't have any friends until he was like 14 or 15. He dropped out of high school at age 17, but look where he's at now. He lived, back when he was on the Mickey Mouse Club, he lived with Justin Timberlake for 6 months during the second year of the show. And his mom had to go back to Canada for work reasons. So Justin Timberlake's mom actually became his legal guardian after Ryan Gosling's mother returned to Canada. He owns a Moroccan restaurant in LA called Tagine. And a little known fact, before Rachel McAdams landed the role of Allie in The Notebook, there was another woman who had screen tested for it. I would never have guessed this, but it was Britney Spears. Britney Spears had actually screen tested for it. Obviously didn't make it, but she screen tested. And speaking of The Notebook, before it actually even started filming, Ryan Gosling went down to where it was going to be filmed. He had gotten to know the land, and he had started working and doing woodworking and everything. So that table that you see them getting busy on, he actually made that. I said his first major relationship in Hollywood was Sandra Bullock. They dated for a year. She was 16 years older than him. You go, Sandra. And in 2007, he was hired to play the teenage father of the girl who gets kidnapped in the movie The Lovely Bones. I think it's called The Lovely Bones. So he wasn't expecting to play the father, and he was like, I'm too young to play the father. So before he showed up on set, he weighed, when he got hired, he weighed 150 pounds. When he showed up, he was 210 pounds. He packed on all this extra weight because he's like, listen, I want to look like a father. Fathers aren't svelte 150 pound, gorgeous guys running around. So he packed on all this weight, and he showed up thinking this is what they would want. And Peter Jackson, who directed it, was like, what is this? I don't want this. And he was fired. So he was replaced by Mark Wahlberg. Also, his guilty pleasure is Twizzlers. And lastly, Ryan Gosling and fellow Canadian Justin Bieber are related. They are 11th cousins, once removed. So that is Ken himself, Ryan Gosling. I know, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite Ryan Gosling movie? Honestly, I will say, my favorite is La La Land. I love that movie. And are you going to go see the Barbie movie? Does it interest you? Because like I said, when I heard about it's going to be done, I was like, this is going to be so stupid. No. But then I saw Greta Gerwig is directing it, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe she might do something different. And then I saw the trailer that just came out last week and was like, wait a minute, this looks campy as hell. It might be dumb. It looks campy and funny. I think I might try and see it. So with that being said, I'm gonna put some slides somewhere here, some pictures. And hope everybody has a great week. If nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure they put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity out there. And everybody have a great rest of the week. And let's take care of one another. And I love you guys. Bye, guys.